What's up, Drop Pod listeners? You can check out new episodes of the Drop Podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find all of our content on YouTube at the Drop Golf Podcast and on our socials. That's Instagram and Twitter at the Drop_pod. No matter how you consume us, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Follow and listen along.
Today's episode is brought to you by All County Exteriors, your go-to for anything exterior home remodeling. Discover the excellence of All County Exteriors, a third-generation leader in premier exterior home remodeling, proudly celebrating over 40 years of success. While most remodeling companies last just 5 years, All County Exteriors has withstood the test of time, consistently delivering top-quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Their expertise extends from small repairs to large additions, serving homeowners and builders alike. More than just a construction company, All County Exteriors is deeply committed to community service, proudly supporting organizations such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the American Cancer Society, Roofs for Troops, and Parents of Autistic Children. If you have planned to do any exterior remodeling, call now for an instant 20% off savings on your next project. This is a limited time offer. Call now for a free, no obligation consultation. Just call 732 370 2780 or email them at info@allcountyonline.com. That's 732 370 2780 for All County Exteriors for all your remodeling needs. This is the Drop Podcast where we talk golf in the Garden State. I'm Mike Poro, and this is Ryan Coulott.
What's up, Drop Pod people? Welcome back. Episode 124 here. Mike, we got a quick hitting episode this week. Something that we need to share. We have a super big guest. But let me get to the schedule first, and then we'll tell you about the guest there, huh?
Works for me.
Yesterday, Monday, we started a giveaway. It's going until Friday. Mike put it out on social media there. That's where it's going to live. That's where you got to put in for it. That's where you got to do all the stuff for it. It's over on Instagram. Go check it out. But that came out yesterday. As far as Mike's verse, still hibernating. You're like
Sleeping.
You're like a grizzly bear.
Listen, it's too cold out.
This is episode 124 coming out on Tuesday, the 18th. You can check us out on YouTube. If you are listening to this and you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, we cannot tell you enough. Go over there, hit that subscribe button for us. It does a world of wonders. Helps us out tremendously. Even if you're not watching the podcast, you can watch all of our content there. We got the Physical Fitness Fridays coming out with me and Dr. Mike. Wednesdays is our alternate shot. This week is going to be the Georgia Golf Club, which is the unlicensed way of saying Augusta National. Mike and I play Amen Corner, so that's on YouTube. So that's where all of our content is coming out, and that's where you got to go. All right, you got the Instagram. Appreciate it. Thank you. You got us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts. Awesome. Love it. If you are listening and you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please head over to YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. Mike, this Augusta National alternate shot is really a pretty good one. It's really cool, iconic course. It is pretty funny to see the Augusta Golf Club or the Georgia Golf Club name, and then all of a sudden you bring us to the 11th tee, and I'm teeing off, down 11 there, which is kind of interesting. But if you remember, as we talked about kind of licensing reasons, that was kind of one of the things. It has all the data, all the numbers, and it just sometimes it doesn't get all the licensing names. So that's kind of one of the drawbacks, I guess. But if you're someone that really cares about the name and not where you're actually playing, then okay, there's nothing we can do for you there. The big one this week, Mike and I were fortunate enough to spend some time with, I say sit down, but obviously everything's virtual. We sat down with Chad Mumm And if you don't know who Chad Mum is, he is the Emmy winning executive producer of the hit Netflix series Full Swing. He's the co founder and president of Pro Shop. He is also a producer on Happy Gilmore 2, something we've talked about on this show. Chad was incredible. To have Chad on, someone of his ilk, someone with his pull, someone with his uh, pizzazz, someone with all the stuff that he brings to give you and I time for this, Mike, was absolutely amazing. And th- he's so charismatic and down to earth. It was one of the best interviews we've ever done, hands down. Not even taking away like the content, which is incredible. Really great interview we have this week. Cannot tell you how excited I am.
Special one.
Really
Special one. I
is.
don't there's nothing else to say except it is one that I can't imagine the retention rate is not at an all-time high from the beginning to the end.
It really is. I mean, you don't talk about it. There's not a bigger fish in any pond right now in the media world. I mean, he's you talk about how big Full Swing is. You talk about Happy Gilmore. You talk about the things, the other projects that
The
Pro
Creator
Shop, the
Classic
Creator
that runs
Classic.
before the tour championship, that's his.
That's
That's his baby.
and you talk about all the things that he's doing, man. There's nobody bigger in the media space in the golf world right now, maybe in all media in general than Chad Mum. It was really an absolute pleasure having him on. We were super fortunate. And then Friday this week, we got Physical Fitness Friday. Again, over on YouTube, go check it out. It's episode 11. Dr. Mike and I are starting to kind of figure out how we're going to conclude this and where we're gonna end it, how we're gonna end it. And it's looking to be kind of around posting season will be our last episode. So we got stuff coming up that's we're still in the strength and power phase of this, but we'll have a final test before, and that'll kind of be the wrap. And then Dr. Mike will come on, we'll talk about it, and hopefully my season goes as well as it did last year coming out of it. So episode 11, go check it out. Physical Fitness Friday. Mike, you gonna hit us with your fast facts, or you want me to hit you with mine first?
Wow, I'm not ready for the curveball. So let me buckle up. Let me get through mine, and then I'll
Okay.
be ready for yours. But let me kind of piggyback your previous mention here from yesterday, the giveaway. It went off so well the first time around that you and I said let's do it again. Let's run this bad boy back. And I think the one caveat that's a little different for us in terms of the rules, we've been pushing this YouTube channel hard because once you get to 1,000 subscribers, it unlocks and changes things unbelievably for you and I. So I can't thank the people that saw the story over the weekend, that piggyback that hit the subscribe button, and now we're just gonna do the same thing here with the Instagram giveaway. You got to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the Drop Golf Podcast on YouTube right there. You like the post on Instagram, you tag your three buddies. If you want some extra chances to win, you'll share it to your story. Um, and you'll get one of everything that we have in there. You'll get a t-shirt, you'll get a hoodie, you'll get a hat. It's still the winter time here in New Jersey. So it's something that I know was taken very well the first time around. And I can see to date right now, people are excited and back into it. So go check that out on Instagram. You don't want to miss it. We are going to keep this one open a little longer than normal. I'll give you to Friday at midnight. So I'm going to give you the whole week. And then on Saturday, I put your name in the wheel. And next Tuesday's episode, um, you'll hear it from us, but you'll also see it Saturday night in terms of who wins. So it's kind of it's a fun little giveaway, and I know the audience truly does appreciate that.
We appreciate you guys, contributing, getting involved in the stuff that we're doing. It's a major reason, if not the reason we're doing this. So yeah, appreciate the getting involved and looking forward to it.
Everything is happening at Galloping Hill Golf Course in 2025. Where else can you play on 27 holes of golf, practice at a lit and heated driving range, eat and drink all year round at a sports bar, host the wedding of your dreams, and now enjoy one of the only municipally owned golf simulators in the country? The Swing Suite at Galloping Hill uses state-of-the-art Unicore technology that allows you to play any of the greatest courses in the world or use the great technology to work on your game. The newly reopened concession stand serves all of your pub favorites and seasonal beers on tap while you hang out, watch the game, and compete with your friends. Head to learningcenterghgc.com to book your slots now. At the Hill Tavern in the main clubhouse, kids eat free all winter long. The banquet space never shuts down either, hosting over 150 golf outings and over 400 social events per year. Their catering team consistently wins awards each year from the Knot and Wedding Wire. Schedule a tour for your special event at the clubhouse at gallopinghill.com. And to top it all off, Galloping Hill has been chosen for the record 12th time to host the 91st New Jersey Men's Public Links Championship. It's all happening this year at Galloping Hill Golf Course. And I know last week you and I kind of talked about the MGA releasing their schedule, and we touched on courses that were hitting here in the Garden State. And this week, the NJ Golf Association, I don't even know how I shouldn't even say association. It's just called New
Just New
Jersey
Jersey
Golf.
golf.
Yeah, released their schedule. And I don't know if the audience knows, but today, Tuesday, February 17th, February 18th is the first day you can sign up for both the 4 ball and the mid-am. So you better go sign up, especially if you want a specific qualifying site, because we know how quickly those things fill up. And the 4 ball championships is right there in your backyard, your home away from home, up at North Jersey Country Club. And then the mid am is at Morris County Golf Club, which is a spot that you and I have talked a lot about as well. So you got two unbelievable tracks in terms of where the championships will be held if you get through the qualifying sites. Um, Austin and he was kind enough to allow me to partner back up with him. So we're gonna
Congrats.
jump back. Thank you. No, yeah, more like more like Austin saying you're welcome to me. Um, so it's kind of like, we're gonna run this bad boy back, and we're gonna put our name in the hat for one of the qualifying sites and see if we can venture to up to North Jersey later in May. So, and then on top of it, they've released their entire schedule, which again, when you talk golfing in the Garden State as much as we do, we kind of know and we get to experience these unbelievable spots. And just to talk about a few of the championships, the New Jersey Am is up at Essex County. The State Open is at Hamilton Farm. And the Pub Links is at a spot that we've talked a lot about here on this podcast at Galloping Hill. So again, you got 5 of their championships at 5 unbelievable sites. You just can't beat that. You truly can't.
You can't, Mike. And I'm looking through this list right now, and I'm looking at um, the mid am qualifying sites. You got Yasna Polana and you got Great Bay, which you can go play. You and I both played those places. The Open, the 101st Open here. You got Sun Eagles, which we've talked a little bit about. Francis Burn, Galloping Hill is all qualifying sites that are on there. So you're talking about having kind of our basis for this podcast that we've talked about, Mike. You have these great golf courses that are hosting the championships and hosting the final of the events. But these qualifying sites are no joke as well. They're great courses. They are up for championship tasks on their own 2 feet, but they're qualifying sites. So it's really, we got some really good ones on the list here if you're going through. So
Yeah, and,
there's
and just
something.
I understand that there are some guidelines in terms of handicap restrictions for the everyday person to go play and experience. But if your handicap does suit those specifications, you might as well put your hat in the ring and see, hey, listen, worst case scenario, I pay 125, 150, and I'm going play in that private spot that I never, ever, ever
Get
would
to
get
play.
on. And if I career it, I get another 2 rounds minimum at the championship site. So it's one of those things I find it hard to believe that at least you don't give it a shot because at the very least, you're getting a solid, solid spot for 18 holes of golf.
Yeah, absolutely. The qualifying dates for the Pub Links is not up yet, but I mean that tournament's in August, so you got some time before those come out. But I'm sure that they're going to have some great ones there as well. So yeah, good for the state. Again, NJ Golf is doing big things.
No doubt. And then I guess my other 2 things is I know we like to touch on is the professional ranks here. And Max played One thing I did like is how Max was in the final round of the Genesis playing with Captain Keegan, and he had a great opportunity to kind of showcase what he could do. And I thought he did a really good job in that final round, um, firing a 4 under 68 because anytime you're in front of the captain, you got to do something special because I think Max is a name that we will see probably just on the outskirts of making the team unless he has some crazy season and makes it on his own merit.
No doubt.
But if you could play well in front of the captain, when the captain makes a hole in one during your round, it's one of those things that, hey, listen, maybe it's good juju that Keegan says, hey, listen, Max just brings a little something different, but he did finish T24. So it's nice to see he must have quickly recovered for whatever the incident was at Pebble,
Yeah.
because he did play the final round and then he comes back, nice T24 finish. So it's good golf in there by Max on this past Sunday.
Yeah, and if you look at, like, how close he is, like, T24 is nothing to scoff at, right? But he's I think I saw it was, like, 3 shots away from being almost, inside the top 10. So, he's, again, right there, and good golf right in front of the captain, which you gotta think that he's, unless he does catch fire, that he's gonna have to get a captain's pick. And even the fact that we're talking about this is crazy to think about. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
just got to keep playing some good golf there for Max.
Yeah, and then this week they're down in Mexico, at the Mexico Open, and Chris is in action. John's back in action. Max is taking the week off. So best of luck to those two. And obviously, as I mentioned last week, the Corn Ferry Tour is on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but they're back in action next week. So kind of puts a little wrap up there. And then the one final thing before we get into your little, um,
What,
oh, you got
I got
something.
a question. Yeah, why does the Corn Ferry Tour take this hiatus here? It's not like it's a season for them to. Is it like a spring break? Are we talking about here?
No, no, because I think what they do is after a certain amount of events, they start to roll over the numbers. Like, so it's like the top 6, 7, 8 events, and then it rolls over until like they reshuffle everything. So guys that have conditional status now, if they didn't play early on, now they're in. And the guys that were in or had opportunities those first X amount of events, now they're out because they didn't play too well. So that's how like the conditional status kind of operates for them.
Gotcha.
Along
Okay.
with you got to think they're traveling. They're doing a lot of bouncing back and forth in that Central America. Now they're off to Argentina next. So they're moving a lot of variables that the PGA Tour isn't really doing,
Gotcha.
right? They're just going West Coast, Central,
Yeah.
East Coast. So it's a little
Kind
different
of
in
just
that
making their
respect.
way.
So
Yep.
yeah. And then the last thing I do want to mention is I know a couple weeks ago we teased our March Madness golfing in the Garden State edition season 3. Talk about season threes. This is our season threes too. So um next week our list of competitors, meaning golf courses, will be announced. They will be announced next week. And then the following Tuesday, the matchups will be released with voting starting to occur in March. And yes, I can't believe March is about to hit us right smack dab in the face, which only means April 1st and posting season is right around the corner, baby.
I'll tell you, for as long as January is, I mean, January makes you feel every day of those 31 days. It's already February 18th. February's gone by real quick. And March is going to go by just as quick. And as you said, before you know it, it's posting season. It's April. You got spring break vacations. You got spring buddies trips. You got all these kind of things coming up. It's golf season it's not here, but it feels like it's just about to be here, and it's definitely going to be here before we blink.
Tee it high and let it fly, baby.
Mike, I had a couple things. They're not fast facts; they're just some quick hitting topics. I just wanted to kind of share uh, with with our listeners for this week
With the world,
with the
with the
world.
world. Yeah,
Uh,
I mean we're an international podcast nowadays. That with Australia being a percentage of people that listen. So
I
don't forget about our Aussies down there in the land down
And
under.
I know there's some Irish people that are listening in the southern area of Dublin. At the very least, there is one. So I know we do have some international there, and then depending on who's taking a trip there is also happening. So real quick, I do want to shout out. I've said this before. I am on the Tunnels to Tower Golf Committee, which I've mentioned before. The it's tough to say like, "Hey, jump in," because it fills up so quickly. So many people from the previous year jump on right away. Even going back to like after it's done, they're like, "Hey, when it opens, put me down. Like I'm in for another foursome." So spots are limited. It is almost all full. I believe the PM at Eagle Oaks is all full already. But if you're interested in playing, June 23rd at Eagle Oaks is the date. It's a great event. It's a great cause. It's a great day. There are four opportunities to play: AM PM at Eagle Oaks and AM PM at Deal Country Club, Golf and Country Club. We had to open it up to two courses because there's just so many people that want to play and want to be a part of this. If you are somebody that wants to sponsor something or be a whole sponsor or just donate or you want to just come to the gala afterwards, you're certainly welcome to. There's plenty of opportunities there. So head on over. It is t2t.org. Click on the golf tab or the golf page and see the New Jersey series. But there is it's a great cause, and as I said last year, we raised over $125,000. We're hoping to do even more this year. So if you have something that you would like to donate or something that you would like to get involved somehow, please reach out, DM us, or just go over the website and you can do the same over there. So I did just want to touch base on that. I thought this was kind of funny, Mike. I was watching we haven't gotten to talk since the waste management ended here, but my mom came over for a little while on Sunday and we were watching the waste management, and she's not into golf, right? As I've said, I didn't grow up a golfer. Nobody in my family plays golf, but I was watching it. She came over with the dog and we were just hanging out watching, and she wanted to just see what was going on. So we were watching, and I'm talking a little bit. We talked a little bit about the podcast, and I said, Dottie Pepper came on, and I go, oh, mom, like we interviewed her. She's like, oh, that's nice. And I'm like, yeah, it was nice. It was very cool. She's friend of the show, yeah. So then Jim Nance comes on next, and I go, that's Jim Nance, right? And she goes, yeah, I know who he is. And I go, we interviewed him too. And she was just like, "Oh, that's lovely." It was just like it was so funny um how it happened. It was just so matter of factly. Just she's just not into golf. Obviously, she cares about what I do, loves me, cares about me, all that kind of stuff. But it was very funny that she doesn't she's not in the golf world, so it doesn't compute to her that like these pretty big names that we've interacted with. And it was funny watching because we had just turned it on maybe 5 minutes before JT holed out on 18 there. And it was cool to watch. And she was like, oh, that was good, right? That was a tough one to do. And I go, yeah, nobody does that. That doesn't happen very often. So it was just kind of funny. So long story short, she's now Dottie Pepper, Jim Nance, and Justin Thomas fan. So we're trying to get her involved a little bit. That'd be good.
There you go.
Uh, two more things. Let's go back. I want to start with the further one first, Mike. We talked a little bit about it last week. We have not gone over the Ryan versus the Hickory courses that you didn't get to play, and I just wanted to kind of come back and ask you what you thought of watching those, particularly the 10th hole, because that's a big signature hole there for them.
I felt envious. I felt jealous. I felt left out. I felt like I was locked in a cage and just like watching from a distance.
I'm in a
And
glass case
I
of
mean,
emotion.
how do you want me to feel? I felt like, man, I wish I could have made it happen.
We're gonna
But
have to this year because it was
yeah, I
really
mean,
an
listen,
experience.
I think I think about that day specifically, and it was an unbelievable day. We talked about it at length, but I think that short course is definitely one I'd love to go back and experience, and getting to see it and experience it vicariously through you was a fun thing to say, um, because it looked challenging, it looked daunting, it looked, you know, hard.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's something you and I have talked a lot about is like having a golf course be challenging. And we've talked at length about par threes being all different yardages, the short, the medium, the long. And that Hickory course seemed to have it all
It did.
while making you also always hit different clubs. And I kind of love that. And I think every single one of them was different. It was unique in their own way. Um, and it was something that, listen, yeah, I think it's one of those things I'd love to get back and play. Not that I don't need to play the championship course, but I think that I've played it multiple times, both with you and then with Austin a couple years ago in the four ball. So I have a good idea of what that course is. But so to experience something new, yeah, I would love to go back there and do that.
I would love to get it a second time. Now that you've seen it, like, okay, you don't need to hit driver on this hole, or you need to make sure you're left of the green on here. Like, now that you know some things about it, I'd like to play it again. But to your point, that Hickory course, there's some holes that were 112 yards, and there were some holes that were 240, and you're hitting all of a three wood, and probably if the wind's even a little bit in your face, you could be hitting driver. So I
Especially for us senior
right.
citizens.
Yeah, as we get older, it's got to be. So yeah, it was really a special day. I thought the 10th hole was by far the coolest hole, just because of that alternate tee box that they have there. They have a tee box right after the ninth hole, but when we went, Chester was like, "Hey, let's go play the alternate tees." And so we drove around. I kind of videotaped the trip around. You literally go around the whole hole. You go parallel to the 18th hole for a good portion of it. I don't know if you could catch that from the video, but when the wall is next to you, that's the 18th fairway is on the other side of that wall, like up above. And then you're in the shadow of the mansion, which is, as we've talked about, just glorious and wonderful in all of its glory there. And you got to go down this like rock wall, and you know how much I like good stonework. And it was really cool. It's a full carry over water, just a beautiful, beautiful hole. It was really, again, I would call it the signature hole of that side.
Yeah, listen, I'd like to put that on the kind of like the bucket list of 2025. The sad part is there's a lot of spots on the bucket list. I guess this just can add to it.
Maybe that's what maybe we got another list to put together, Mike. We got bucket list things for 2025, and it could be like
There's
interviews,
not enough days.
courses.
There's not enough days in the year for us to have a bucket list, you and I. Because the minute we forget about one and someone DMs us or texts us, you're like, "Yep, I got to add that to the list."
Forgot
And
that one.
before you know, we have 400 days worth of things, and there's only 365 in a
Well,
calendar.
you like playing 36 in a day anyway, so there we go.
Valid point. Valid point.
So I did just want to recap that. I kind of feel like we didn't put a bow on that at all, and I know you weren't part of those Hickory days, so I did kind of want to just kind of again put a bow on it. And then after last week, Mike, you stumped me with our list, and I'm hoping to do the same to you this week. But I did want to go through, and I wanted to put out my official list if I could now have those 10, right? So,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So now, I mean, but the catch is to catch you off guard and kind of
and
make
you
you look
did, right? But now I want to,
and make
yeah, I thought it was,
you're trying to.
I'm
There's no corrections. I'm not giving you a makeup day. This is not school where you say, "Hey, listen, you get a makeup day." No, no, no. You know, and I know. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
again, believe me, if I were to play with Adam Sandler, Steph Curry, Sir Charles Barkley, and Justin Timberlake as my foursome there, I'd be totally fine with it. But
All right.
as we had talked about, I'm a big Michael Jordan guy. I was saving the number one spot for him. That would be my number one. Sandler and Bill Murray, I would absolutely love to play with. Those would be two and three. Uh, I would like to play with Charles Barkley. I think that would be a fun day at four, and then John Daly be at five. I think both of those guys would be a lot of fun, but just yeah, that would be very cool. And then between Steph and Justin Timberlake at 6 and 7, I think I'm going to go Steph. because I like basketball more than I liked In Sync, but I don't think you could go wrong either way. But and then have Tony Romo, Tom Brady, and Wayne Gretzky uh, as those last three spots. I'd probably go Wayne at 7 if I had to do it again, but that's where they would be. But I did just want to touch upon that because it was such a good one, Mike. You really got me. It was such a I put a lot of thought into this week to try to get you, but you got me. I got last week, and I just wanted to put up my official world rankings there. But
Oh,
um,
listen, that was my goal. My goal was to stump you. And not even I shouldn't even say stump you, is to make you think a little bit and then see if I could throw a curveball in there. And I got lucky and I caught you looking. Strike three.
you did, you did. Uh, so you ready for yours this week? Kind of lean into this.
Yeah, listen, I already typed my list out. I think I'm gonna be ready to rock and roll, and I'll see if that knuckle curve of yours has me standing still.
Okay. Well, here we go, Mike. I chose
Cue the
this week.
music.
What's that?
Cue the music.
Cue the music. I actually, Mike, because I was trying to stump you, I have my next two times doing this because I didn't know which list I wanted to go with, but I decided on which one, and here it is for you. This list is best food or beverage on the course, and I thought it's appropriate for you because you don't eat or drink, so I thought it was perfect
Well,
for you.
I do eat and drink water, but I don't like on the golf course. I'm not sitting there having meals. So this is gonna be challenging
I
for me.
and that was my thinking. This is gonna be a tough one
Can
for
there
you.
be can there be 10 number 10s?
No, you can't do that. I need a one for one. I need another for two. You
I
can't
didn't know
have
if
a
I could
tie.
try to take a page out of your book.
I know you are. All right, so uh, here you go. You ready? You
I'm ready. I
okay?
got my list. I'm gonna type it up as I go.
Okay. First one, hot dog.
Ah, definitely number one. It's not even a question. Everybody's getting a dog at the turn. Not even a
Well,
question.
not
Throw a
everybody.
little
You're
catch.
not. That's why
Let,
I wanted to
let
ask
it,
you. What are you getting
throw
at
a
the
little
turn?
ketchup on that thing. Hot dog, number one, hands down. There's not anything better on your list than that.
Okay. Water bottle. Just a bottle of water.
Ah, yeah, I
Even if
mean
you're
that's
filling up a Yeti, something like that.
yep. Number two. Number two.
Wow.
We might just go in order here.
Okay.
These are right up my alley. Speaking my language.
This is a I think you'll see kind of what I did here. This is a transfusion or a John Daly. This is like a bartender made cocktail. Over ice, pouring the liquor
Mm,
in, adding the
8.
okay, 8. Beer. Whatever beer you want.
Yeah, again, listen, I mean, I'm not a big drinker. I guess I'll just put it 7 because I got to assume there's got to be something worse on this list.
Okay. Wait a second. I wasn't doing yours. One, two. What'd you put transfusion, John Daly? 6?
8. 8.
8. Okay. Beer was 7. Sports drink. Some kind of like
Like a
Gatorade.
Gatorade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going number 3.
Okay.
Got to have those electrolytes in you for as hard as I work on the golf course.
Okay. Uncrustable.
Ugh, 10.
Wow.
Awful.
You
Hate jelly.
you hate jelly.
Yep.
All right. I didn't know that.
10. 10.
Candy bar or granola bar. Something in like the Cliff
Yeah, I
Bar.
like that. Give me that. Give me that at number 4.
Okay.
I'm a big granola bar guy.
Number 6, gimme cocktail, high noon, surfside, like a canned cocktail drink.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have that. It's got to be above a beer and a drink. I guess I'll put that. I'll give me cocktail at 5.
Okay. I got two more.
Yeah, I know.
A soda.
I don't drink soda. I haven't had a sip of soda in over 7 years, so I guess I gotta put soda at number 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I went soda free when I was losing a lot of weight and haven't had a sip since. Not in anything, not a sip, not nothing.
I
Used to be a soda fiend.
yeah,
Used to be my OCD in terms of obsession was big into that. And then I said one day I'm not gonna have one. And I went one day without one. One day turned into 1 week, turned into 1 month, turned into 1 year, and it's been 7+ years since.
good for you.
Not a
Never
sip.
even, like, mix it with it? You don't do, like, a rum and
Nothing.
coke or
Nothing. Nothing.
okay.
Nope.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you're not a big drinker, but, I don't really drink soda outside of mixing it with, like a Captain and Ginger is my jam. I could
Yeah.
drink 100 of those. I don't you go bring me to a wedding, I'm gonna power through Captain and Gingers.
So I guess
Okay.
whatever we got is 6 here. So
So whatever we
hopefully it's
got.
not terrible.
So this is I have bag snacks, like pretzels, combos, bag of
What a
chips.
list. What a list. You couldn't ask for a better list than that. I mean, unknowing to anything you're throwing my way, I don't think I'm making a change. Hot dog 1, water 2, Gatorade 3, granola bar 4, gimme cocktail 5, pretzels 6, a beer 7, transfusion 8, soda 9, uncrustable 10. I mean, I don't know if I'm making a change. I think
Like
I've nailed this in back-to-back weeks.
I was
What
unaware of your disdain for jelly.
Oh, God, if I'm having a peanut butter sandwich, it's strictly peanut butter.
Really?
Give me peanut butter on whole wheat all day, every day. Love peanut butter. Absolutely love peanut butter. Hate jelly, the texture, the smell skeeves me the hell
D
out.
what
Want nothing to
do
do with
you
it.
would you drink it with, like, milk or something? It's as
No,
dry
I'm a
a
wa
sandwich
listen,
possible.
listen, I drink water. I drink water 99% of what I drink on a daily basis. Maybe sparingly, you'll see me with a Gatorade. Sparingly, maybe will you see me with like an actual alcoholic drink. But for me, it is a water type of environment for me.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's pretty solid. You did pretty good. What is your I thought about doing like breaking it down, and instead I kept it vague, like the
I
gimme
liked it. No,
cocktails,
it's good.
high noon, surf sides. I thought about doing like one, like each of those being their own. I thought about doing like a bag of chips, a bag of pretzels, combos. I thought about, but it got to be too much, so I decided to pull it back.
Yeah, no, I
On
like it. It was good. I thought the list was not too generic, but it comboed the right things in the combos. And I knew that I I Uncrustable, I know people love them. I know people
yeah.
love them. It's not my thing, and soda, it's been X'd out of the diet for many years.
So yeah, you got the bottom ones there. I don't I don't like uncrustables just because I don't like grape jelly. I don't like the flavor of grape. So like when I have a transfusion, I get it with cranberry instead of grape. So for me, they really only make grape uncrustables. But like if I have the forethought to bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to a round of golf, perfect. To me, that's a great snack. But
I
I
gotta
like
think.
jelly.
I got. So I'm gonna say something here that's gonna be really
All
controversial,
right.
and I'm sure I'm gonna get lit up for this, but I'm gonna say it
I
anyway
can't
because
wait.
I'm just an honest, blunt person. I don't even know what makes up a transfusion. Like you say transfusion or John Daly, no offense, and I'm sure I'm gonna get grilled for saying this. I have no clue what's in those
So,
drinks.
Mike, that doesn't really shock me, and that might shock some people that are listening to this. Like, how don't you know that? You're not a drinker. You don't really drink. So I get that. That's you've said way more shocking things to me. I
Okay.
don't.
So what's a transfusion? You say you do cranberry instead of grape. I don't know what that
So
means though.
it's your vodka. So like a Tito's transfusion, Tito's ginger ale, like grape soda or cranberry, like some kind of like grape juice. I mean, not grape soda.
Gotcha.
A John Daly is just an Arnold Palmer with vodka.
Gotcha.
So
Let's see. You learn something new every day.
yeah, some people just call
I,
them Arnold Palmers, but I think that I think like if I go to the golf course and I'm like no I don't like if I'm hungover and don't I want something to drink other than water, it's got a little flavor. I'll take an Arnold Palmer, but I just want the lemonade and iced tea, like a little flavor, some sugar, that kind of stuff. If I want it with liquor in it, I'll go. John Daly's
Makes sense.
kind of a drunk, so we'll put him in there. Even though, I mean, from what I've heard, it's not like Arnold Palmer didn't put him away too. So that's my
Valid point.
that's quite a
Well,
list, dude. Quite a list.
yeah. Listen, nice job, and I already know. I haven't put the list together, but I already know the topic for next week for you.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Okay.
And my goal again will be to leave you stumped and leave you,
Well, I was
scratching your
unsuccessful in
head.
that. So hopefully, and I have it already. My next iteration of this will hopefully stump you a little bit more. But
Yep.
there you go.
Well,
Well, that's it for
there you
this
go.
week, right?
Sounds
You got
good to
anything
me.
else?
No, listen. I know we're gonna talk. You're gonna hear it on Thursday, but man, oh man, this is one special interview.
It, no other way to say it. It really is. I can't tell you how fortunate we are, Mike. It was really just, there was times where like Jim Nance, right? You were sitting across from him, and we had him on the screen, right? And it was like, holy crap! I have Jim Nance in front of me right now. Chad Mum's not necessarily a face that you know. He looks exactly like Bradley Cooper, so it's a face that you kind of know. But other than that, he's not necessarily like a name. But when you see his resume and you go, "Oh, Full Swing," there's going to be 130 million people that watch Full Swing season 3. When you talk about he's producing Happy Gilmore 2, that's a big movie. That's not a small movie. Adam Sandler golf movie. You talk about how many numbers is that going to do? Like he is so big right now in the golf space, in the golf world, and in the media world, and what he did before. I mean, working on Vox, and everybody knows Vox and SB Nation, and all that comes with that. I mean, he is a heavy hitter, and I don't take it lightly when I say he might be the heaviest hitter that we have, and I know that we've had Nance on. So really, an awesome opportunity, and such a genuinely wholesome guy. It was really fun interview. Really awesome to have him on. So make sure you stay tuned to that on Thursday. Till then, cheers.